Goedemiddag. Het wachten is op Angela Serna. Die woont in Colombia, in de buurt van Circasia. Het is in het centrum, in Eje Cafetera. Ik ben daar vorig jaar geweest. Een weekje, heb koffie geplukt. Heb gezien hoe de koffie daar geteeld werd. En ik wou met haar over koffie praten nu. En te hopen is dat zij nog een beetje de farm kan laten zien. Ik weet niet hoe het gaat met de techniek. Maar nu maar even wachten of ze komt. Dus ogenblikje. Angela, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Can you see me?
I can see you, correct.
Okay. I can't see you. Is that for a particular reason? Or?
Here, I'm going to turn it on now.
Okay.
Hola!
Hi. Hola. Oh, it looks like it's not raining.
It's not raining. We've had the Niño phenomenon. So it's been a little bit warmer in the last, 7-10 months?
Okay.
I mean, it still rained, but it is warmer for sure.
Is this good news or bad news?
Both. We like rain, but not in excess, right?
Yeah.
The sun is good because the coffee gets the light that it needs to grow and be able to produce more coffee. So that there's a loss in production because there's been so much rain. But at the same time, when we don't get rain, people start worrying about the plants not getting enough water. And then we don't have any reservoirs here in our region. So we depend on the water that comes from the mountain. So if the mountain is not producing water to stream off the rivers, then we are also left without water.
Yes, I see. Let me explain. I don't know if you know exactly what I'm doing. Today we had snow, so that's the weather in Holland. Apart from that, I organized this exhibition because people don't read my articles anymore. People don't read enough. So we have to bring the news to the people. So I hired this. I got a subsidy to hire this location, and I should turn the camera on. Well, you can see in the back there's some pictures about Peru and small texts underneath, so people can learn about specialty coffee and my trip to South America to see if the growers of specialty coffee do get the price that we pay, the surplus price we pay here in Holland. And my answer to this question was yes. And I'm here to show my audience, which is absent now, but we're recording this so people can watch it later. And I'm trying to give them a picture about how people grow their coffee. So maybe you can walk around for a few minutes to show them.
Yep. I'm in the coffee fields now. Is there a particular area that you want to see, or you want anything that you think would be more interesting?
Well, maybe you can start showing us the plant, and then maybe a flower, and then a bean, and then maybe where you bring the bean to and where it ends up.
Okay. I'm going to come to an area where I know the plants are pretty. I saw that in your article you had a lot of different people from a lot of different areas in coffee. So are you focusing on South America in this exposition, or are you going to try to bring the variety? Because there's the really fancy, is it Saudi Arabian? I don't know, the Middle Eastern group that has they're doing coffee in a different way as well.
They're doing naturals. Yeah, I actually ordered for this exhibition. I ordered 2 bags of 16 kilos of coffee from Yemen, but it hasn't arrived yet. But
Okay,
I'm waiting anxiously to have it here, so I can show it and let it taste it to the people.
nice. Um, this is a pink bourbon lot. Do you want me to be in the video, or can I just show you the plant?
Yeah, show the plant for a while.
Okay. How do we change the camera?
Just turn the phone.
I guess so. Oh no, right here, right here. Ha.
Yes, I see the plants.
So this
I remember
is
those.
the pink bourbon that we have. It's just a very small lot, but it's done relatively well here. This plant has a good amount of coffee, which is nice. It looks healthy. Flowers. There's not a lot of flowers right here at the moment. These will come to be flowers soon. Here in
I
the edge.
see. Looks good.
Can we find more flowers? These are flowers that have passed. So these will turn into beans now.
How long will that take?
Well, the bean is starting to sprout there, but it'll take another 3 months for them to grow.
Okay.
Nice sunny day.
This is near to your house?
This is near to my house. I
Okay.
have a girl helping us out, and she said in this area she saw a hummingbird's nest. This
Okay.
doesn't look like a hummingbird's nest, but it's somewhere around here.
Yeah. I can see a lot of other vegetation, like banana trees.
Yeah.
How much of your area is covered with coffee trees? Is there any figure?
It's about 80% of the land is coffee. There's a part that we've decided to stop planting because it really doesn't grow well, and we want to reforest it. And it's closer to the streams. The streams in general should be better protected. So we've been trying to pull away and plant less coffee, trying to keep it more quality instead of quantity, and make sure that these streams stay clean and protected and get a good, healthy water dose. So that's what we've been trying to kind of pull away a little bit. And then also there's an area where we have our house and where we are processing the coffee.
Okay. But within the area that is covered with coffee, you have also a lot of other different vegetation. No?
Correct. Yeah. We have a lot of wood trees, which are the taller ones that you see here. Then we have also banana plants. This one is a citrus, so it's either lemon or lime. We have a little bit of avocado, tangerines. This is a palm fruit that we also have here. It's called corozo. It's like a little tiny coconut. Guy has been, it's about 6 years now. I planted this guy here. Different palms, different fruit trees, wood trees, trees that also help us fix nitrogen in the soil and just provide an abundance of green, what we call green fertilizer, like all the leaves and all of those become a fertilizer to the ground again.
Do you find that planting different crops within the coffee or amongst the coffee helps the coffee?
I can't say for sure. No, I
Okay.
don't know if the cover helps us, say, if we do have a strong summer or drought, we are well protected from it. But we tend to be in an area that gets
Okay.
more rainfall. So it's not necessarily good for the coffee because we have a lot of cover and a lot of rainfall. So their plants don't get a lot of sun. So they grow a lot slower. But I think overall, we are
I
not
see.
concerned on only production and only the coffee. We want this space to be still a habitat for a lot of different species. So we are willing to sacrifice the quantity of coffee that we produce in order to be able to still have lots of insects and animals living in this area. So a lot of the fruit trees end up, being food for the
Mm-hmm.
birds, the
You
squirrels,
intend?
or sorry.
Yeah. If I don't remember what your intention was while we were there. I must have asked you if you were to grow the farm bigger or buy adjacent pieces of land to the, the area. Are you?
We are,
I think we lost
it,
connection.
yes, is better now.
Yeah, maybe you
Anton?
move back to the house.
Okay. I'll show you the
Yes.
plants as we move back. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. If I heard you correctly, we are not the
Mm-hmm.
area that we're in has become a little bit expensive in terms of the cost of the land, and we don't really have neighbors who are interested in selling right now. I think if we had the means, we would like to expand, because all of our neighbors have cows and cattle, and this way we can reforest a little bit more of the land around us and create a better habitat for more animals. But for the short term, I think we are more interested in supporting other coffee farmers, in paying them for their coffee and trying to help sell that coffee at a good price so that they can continue to become coffee farmers and produce organic coffee in our region.
Okay. So I don't remember that from last year when we visited you, that you were going to be a connector or is this a new road you've dived into?
We started about 2 or 3 years ago selling little bits of coffee in the United States. And last year, our production was low, that we had more demand than what we produced. So, which is also the intention, to be able to sell our coffee at a good price and to be able to
Mm-hmm.
continue to give other producers a good price. So it has been an intention. I think last year it really manifested and became a reality in small quantities. So we were able to buy some natural lots from Buena Vista or geisha lots from another producer in Montenegro at a
Mm-hmm.
much higher price so that they can continue to kind of be those organic producers, because locally there's a small group of producers who are organic, and
Yes.
all of us are struggling to really get paid what we need to be sustainable.
Okay. And so you're their gateway to mostly the United States?
Correct.
Okay. And has that been a big change for them? A positive change?
I don't think it's significant yet, because it's still very small quantity. So all of these producers still have more coffee that they'd love to sell all of it at a good price. But they have to juggle with who's going to buy what at what price. So some people pay a little bit higher. Some they have to sell most of the production probably still at a lower price. But that's the hope, that we can actually buy most of their coffee and pay way over what the standard coffee is being sold at right now, which is at least 2 or 3 times more than what it is at the moment.
Can you give me figures, numbers?
The coffee in Colombia is around, say, 130,000 pesos per arroba, which is 12.5 kilos. That's around 11,000 pesos per kilo. And that's the price that we pay here, right? That the general buyer pays the producer in not even a green, it's in parchment.
Okay.
So that it would be exactly 10,400
Okay.
pesos. And that in dollars is about
Which is in dollars?
2.6 $260 per kilo. And we are, it's very, we're trying to pay producers over 350,000 per arroba, which is 28,000 per kilo, which is at least $7 per kilo.
Okay. Sounds more. And then you sell it in the United States roasted or green?
Roasted. The intention is to also be able to capture more of the profits locally and support local grocers and grow the professional aspect of Colombian coffee. I think most of the world sees Colombia as a producer and not as a highly educated and well-trained barista or roaster. So that is something that's really changing for us here in Colombia. And I want to support that, so make it more professional, so that the coffee professionals are staying here and not only having good roasters in Holland or Germany or the United States.
Okay. Are you still you still have a chair in the Federation or not?
I am a representative, yes. So we are we represent really the only people that are in our coffee region, the smaller coffee region. So it's more Circasia. There's about 500 coffee families in this region that have coffee farms and are producers.
Okay. It's about you say organic. Just your coffee, when it arrives to the United States in the package, does it have a stamp?
No, it does not. We're not owners of our organic certification. We are part of the co-op, and the co-op buys the certification for a group of producers, and they certify the coffee and the sale of the coffee. So we're not technically allowed to use it. We don't pay for it either. And it's something that we're thinking about changing and getting the producers together to buy the certification independently so that we can use it as well. Because if as an individual, one farm, it's more expensive to get the certification as if when we were to do it as a group.
Okay, and this is only the organic certification. Do you have other certifications? Because tomorrow in my show I have the representative of the organization Fair Trade. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard about this?
Yes, everybody that is a part of the co-op is part of the fair trade program. But
Okay.
honestly, I don't think it's not helpful to us. It doesn't represent much. The only thing that the fair trade program does is that, well, if you're a part of the co-op is fair trade certified. They have some programs where every year they can help you with some sort of machine or equipment. They have certain standards of things that they can help you with, and they'll give you maybe some fermentation tanks or something to improve your processing space. But I'm not a big proponent of giving people these equipment because I think that if we treat coffee as an actual business that is profitable, as a producer, I should be able to buy the equipment that I need to do coffee processing correctly. So to me, it's still kind of like a poverty system mentality.
Okay, that's very clear. I'll put that to him tomorrow, because that's very clear. In terms of selling the coffee, would it help if you get all these stamps on your package, or are you just as transparent as you are? Is it clear enough that you grow your coffee fair and green?
I hope that we can communicate what we're doing, but naturally, most people will look at a certification and that will give them some sort of idea as to what is behind that coffee. So I understand that aspect, but independently as a producer and as a producer who's selling her own coffee roasted, it's very expensive. I'm already losing money producing coffee. So I'm trying to sell it at a better price roasted. And to add another extra cost to be able to get these certifications is really just not viable. And it hasn't been necessary at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe later on it will be interesting to have them, but I hope that really as we communicate our product, it'll give people a better idea of what it is that we actually do. Because being on this side of a fair trade certification, for us in Colombia at least, I don't know how it is helping other producers in other parts of the world. For us in Colombia, it's not really a benefit. I don't think it has changed us in general. And we also just have really high production costs that might not be the same in other parts of the world.
Okay. Just a last question on these stamps. Would you, if you suppose your business grows and you're in need of some kind of certification, which one would you choose? Would you choose the organic or the fair trade or the Rainforest Alliance or any other certification?
Focus only on organic. I think Fair Trade, Rainforest Alliance, all of those requirements are wrapped up in the organic or biodynamic farming. So
Okay.
it's, fair trade, you're kind of like in steps in terms of what are the requirements to have those. And I would say organic coffee farming is much more strict in many different ways, and also the biodynamic coffee farming. It's more specific as to how it is that you are supposed to produce coffee and what you can or cannot use. Now, there's also limitations within these certifications that sometimes are frustrating because they focus sometimes too much on having that certification for the specific products that you're using. And even though you're using something that is really natural or something that you're producing on your farm, they can be futzy or not happy that you're using those items because they don't necessarily have that stamp.
Okay, this is now you're talking about organic or biodynamic, or which one?
Organic.
Organic. And biodynamic is even harder to get, or not?
Yes, I would
But you
say so.
aspire to get that qualification, certification?
Yeah, it's a long process to really learn the biodynamic process and to implement it well. But I think it's really interesting, and I think it's providing a really interesting way of doing agriculture.
It is. Yes. Okay, Angela, it's been refreshing talking to you and seeing you, and I think I've had enough for the moment. Maybe I'll try again someday, and I hope say hello to all the people that we met there, and have a nice day. The sun is setting here, and we are going to eat and have a nice night. So, bye bye.
Gracias. Nice talking to you too. Say hi to your wife. And I hope you have a wonderful
Okay.
dinner. Feliz tarde. Ciao.
Gracias. Chao.